Hello, everyone. Today we have a very important VR chat announcement for you all. It has come to my attention that a group known as Spawn has reportedly been targeting minors and encouraging a large amount of self-harm. Now I turn back to my informant, Bryn. Bryn, can you tell me more about this Spawn group?
Alright, so the people who have created the Spawn group are targeting kids and people with mental health issues, or people that are dependent. Sometimes they like to hang around games like Roblox, Minecraft, and Discord and start engaging children in roleplay, and they frame self-harm as a quest or ritual to level up.
That is
Instead,
some very disturbing things. Can you tell us more about the tactics that they use so our viewers can know how to avoid them?
sometimes they are love bombed with intense attention, praise, and a sense of belonging. Once the person feels dependent enough, the group isolates them and tells them that their parents and real life friends are non-believers or toxic, and leaves the victim with nowhere to turn but the cult, and things start to get scary.
That is some
Now,
really effed up stuff.
yeah,
Viewers, if any of you are young or susceptible to these groups, if you feel like you're being targeted, please tell a parent or trusted adult. Do not get roped into a self-harm cult, please. From all of us here at the Potato News Crew.
yeah,
Can I say
And now we
one
have our
thing?
impartial
yeah.
informant come on to the mirror stage.
Cut this spawn symbol into their hand.
Oh god, that is an entirely different
Oh,
level
yeah,
of self-harm.
I have some stuff about that, actually.
Alright, well, and you mentioned cutting symbols into flesh. Brian, could you give us some more info on that?
Yes. Some tricks that the is when recruiters encourage members to prove their loyalty through visible actions. They start out asking for the members to write out their group's names on paper, escalating to carving signs in their skin. This is presented as a badge of honor or a way to be true to Spawn, but it is a method of physical branding and psychological breaking.
You heard it here, folks. This Spawn cult is diabolical. Having the audacity to target young and vulnerable people like this. Can you give us some info on how this cult originated?
Alright, so this cult originated so it started out with the game Forsaken. Not to blame the game. This fictional character, Two Time, is a part of this cult. And then a group of adults decided to make this into a cult targeting young people or people with mental health issues to and it has
Basically spiraled out of control.
yes, people are trying to stop it, and it is starting to work, but
That is why we at the Potato News Crew brought this to your attention. Please do your part to stop Spawn, report any suspicious or cult-like behavior. If someone is targeting you, just avoid them. Switch games altogether. Protect yourself.
don't fall into the traps.
Can you give us your opinion on the matter now that you've heard this very, very messed up stuff?
I
Yes.
hope they fall like Scientology did.
Yeah. Is there anything else the viewers should be aware of about Spawn?
Yeah, I have two more things with information. One of the most common ways they keep people from leaving is predators grooming victims into composing photos or videos of themselves under the guise of transparency or trust. Once they have this material, they threaten to dox the victim or send the photo to their school and parents unless the victim continues with the self-harm or performs more extreme acts.
You heard it here, folks. If you are in a part of these groups, Please recognize that do not go past that line. That is basically one of the lines of no return.
Yes. And then the Spawn uses a strict hierarchy where status is gained by how much pain a person can endure or inflict. Younger people seeking social status are tricked into competing for clout. Leaders record the self-harm videos and share them to private gore channels to celebrate the victim. The victim
So let me get this straight. They give them praise and attention for self-harm. Basically framing it as a good thing, although all of us know that it's a very,
just
very
to make
bad
the
thing.
victim feel like a celebrity and within the dark circle of Spawnism.
Are there
I
any
came across
Pacific
this.
members of Spawn that have been caught or whatever? Because I assume this stuff is highly illegal.
Yeah, it is. Let me see.
Can I go eat my breakfast now?
Yes.
Every single Spawn member hopes they know what they're doing, and if they do, you should really stop before you get someone into fucking hell.
Yeah, I
Alright.
cannot believe this group even exists. It is
Alright.
evil.
Anyways, I'm gonna go eat my
seen-
breakfast now.
Back to our correspondent.
Associated with online groups linked to the Spawn concept, which evolved into the extremist network known as 764, have been arrested and charged. They call themselves Greggy's Cult. The U.S. Justice Department has indicated a former Navy sailor and 4 others in connection with this group.
A former Navy sailor? That is not someone who I would have expected to. Well, anyway, is that all we need to know about Spawn for this podcast?
Yes, I do not have any more information to
You'll
share.
heard it here, folks. Spawn, the organization or cult that targets young people and convinces them to do self-harm. Please, if you think you are being targeted by this group, please seek help. Do not fall into the same trap. This has been a public service announcement from the Potato News crew.